You are not aging because of time. You are aging because you have forgotten how to stop breathing. Every second, every unconscious inhale, you are flooding your cells with the very force that rusts them from within. Oxygen, the giver of life, is also the thief of youth. And the most terrifying truth? You have been taught to breathe more, deeper, faster, to oxygenate, to energize, to live. This is the lie that is killing you. The ancient monks knew what your biology textbooks buried. They knew that immortality is not found in more breath, but in the spaces between. In the silence where breath stops. In the controlled death that triggers life. This is the telomere breath. And by the time you finish this video, you will understand why the longest living humans on Earth are the ones who breathe the least. The paradox is elegant. The mechanism is hidden in your DNA. And the power to stop your cellular clock has been sitting in your lungs, waiting for you to stop using them. Let me show you the enemy that lives inside every cell. At the ends of your DNA strands sit protective caps called telomeres. Biologists compare them to the plastic tips on shoelaces. When those tips fray, the lace unravels. When your telomeres fray, your DNA unravels. And when your DNA unravels, you age. You wrinkle, you forget, you decay. You become a ghost haunting a failing machine. Every time your cells divide, those telomeres get shorter. Snip, 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 like a fuse burning down toward inevitable explosion. And what accelerates this burning? What makes that fuse race toward zero? Oxidative stress. Every shallow, panicked, and unconscious breath floods your system with reactive oxygen species, free radicals, molecular terrorists that attack your cells, your mitochondria, your telomeres. You are literally oxidizing right now as you sit here. The average person takes 15 to 20 breaths per minute. Over 28,000 breaths per day. Most shallow, most stressed, most shortening the fuse. Each breath generates oxidative byproducts. Each inhalation creates metabolic waste. Each cycle damages the delicate machinery of your cellular power plants. Your mitochondria are drowning in their own exhaust. And the telomeres? They are fraying faster than your body can repair them. This is cellular senescence, the slow accumulation of damaged cells that refuse to die, but also refuse to function. Zombie cells sitting in your tissues, secreting inflammatory signals, infecting their neighbors. This is how you age. Not because the calendar turned, but because you never stopped breathing long enough to let your body clean house. In 2009, Elizabeth Blackburn won the Nobel Prize for discovering telomerase, the enzyme that rebuilds telomeres, the only known biological mechanism that can reverse cellular aging. Your body already produces it. But here is the paradox that changes everything. It does not produce enough unless you trigger a very specific survival response. Hypoxia, controlled oxygen deprivation. When you hold your breath, when you voluntarily enter a state of hypoxia, your body believes it is dying. And in that moment of perceived death, it activates ancient genetic programs designed to preserve you, protect you, rebuild you. One of those programs is telomerase production. This is the hypoxia paradox. Less oxygen equals longer life. The research is staggering. A 2021 study published in Aging found that controlled breath retention increased telomerase activity by 37% in just 12 weeks. 37%. That is not meditation. That is bioalchemy. When you hold your breath past the point of comfort, you trigger the mammalian dive reflex, an evolutionary artifact from when your ancestors lived in water. Your spleen contracts, flooding your bloodstream with fresh red blood cells. Your heart rate drops. Blood flow redirects from your extremities to your vital organs, your brain, your heart, your stem cells. And deep in the nucleus of those cells, telomerase wakes up. It begins to rebuild the frayed edges of your DNA, one nucleotide at a time. The fuse stops burning. For a moment, and you are ageless. The Siddhas understood this. The Tibetan monks encoded it into their practices. They called it Kumbhaka, breath retention, not meditation, not relaxation, bioalchemy. In the caves of Tamil Nadu, in the frozen monasteries of the Himalayas, these practitioners would enter states of suspended animation. Their heart rates would drop to single digits. Their metabolism would slow to near zero. They were not meditating. They were hacking their cellular clocks. They were stopping time. Western science dismissed this as mysticism for centuries until researchers started measuring the blood of long-term meditators. Until they found something impossible. The telomeres of advanced practitioners were longer than people 20 years younger. Their biological age was reversed, not slowed. Reversed, the mechanism is elegant, and the practice is simple. But most people never access this state because they are terrified of the feeling. The air hunger, the carbon dioxide buildup, the primal panic that screams, breathe now or die. That panic is the gatekeeper. And on the other side of it is the fountain of youth. Now the protocol. This is not theory. This is the exact breath pattern used by monks to induce telomerase production. I am going to walk you through one cycle, and if you are in a safe place, I want you to do it with me right now. Sit up straight, spine vertical. This is non-negotiable. If your spine is collapsed, the vagus nerve cannot signal properly. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill your belly first, then your chest, then your collarbones. Total expansion. Now hold. Hold for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where the magic happens. This is the hypoxic trigger. Your body is screaming for release, but you remain calm. You remain sovereign. This is where the cellular programs activate. This is where telomerase begins to wake. Now exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Empty completely. Compress your abdomen. Force out every molecule of stale air, every particle of oxidative waste. Pause at the bottom for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the void. This is where the monks lived. This is the space between breaths where time does not exist. And repeat. 4 in, 7 hold, 8 out, 4 empty. This is the 4-7-8 rhythm. The telomere breath. The bioalchemical sequence that tells your cells we are not dying, we are evolving. And do this for 5 minutes every morning. Not as a relaxation exercise, as a cellular command. You are instructing your DNA to stop fraying. You are activating dormant genetic programs that most humans never access in their entire lives. The ancient yogis called the breath prana, life force. But it is more accurate to call it a control panel. Every time you manipulate your breath, you are sending signals to over 70 trillion cells. You are telling your mitochondria how to produce energy. You are telling your nervous system whether to age or to regenerate. Most people hand that control panel over to stress, to anxiety, to the chaos of modern life. And their breath becomes shallow, rapid, unconscious. And their telomeres shorten with every cycle. But you are different. You are watching this because something in you knows there is a deeper game. A hidden layer of reality where biology bends to will. Where time is not a river that carries you, but a tool you can wield. The monks did not sit in caves to escape the world. They sat in caves to master it. They discovered that the body is not a machine that decays. It is a process that responds, and the breath is the lever. You are not a victim of entropy. You are not doomed to cellular senescence just because you have circled the sun a certain number of times. You are the alchemist, and your breath is the philosopher's stone. Every morning, before the world demands your attention, before the oxidative stress of emails and deadlines and bad coffee floods your system, you have a choice. You can breathe unconsciously and age, or you can breathe deliberately and stop time. The code has been opened. The transmission is complete. You are not your age. You are your awareness. Now go hold your breath and watch what happens.